Peace I am, I am, I am. Peace I am, I am, I am. Peace I am, I am, I am, I am peace. Peace I am, I am, I am. Peace I am, I am, I am. Peace I am, I am, I am, I am peace. Love I am, I am, I am. Love I am, I am, I am. Love I am, I am, I am, Joy I am, I am, I am. Joy I am, I am, I am. Joy I am, I am, I am, I am joy. Peace I am, I am, I am. Peace I am, I am, I am. Peace I am, I am, I am, I am peace. I am peace. I am peace.
Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center of Woodstock. Happy Mother's Day, yay! So welcome here. We are so grateful that you are sharing your time and your space and the place that you are with us. We know that we are part of a journey, and Unity Spiritual Center is about growing together through that journey. So welcome. We're grateful that you are a part of this ministry today, and we hope that you get to enjoy the message that we have. We're going to be talking about courage.
We are talking about courage today.
Talking about courage, and how often have our mothers inspired that in us, inspired it by their modeling or by their messages. So we're so grateful for that. So let's go ahead and begin with a prayer. Let's take a deep breath. Divine Spirit within me, the Mother, Father energy that is part of my being, that is part of my breath and my actions in all that I do. Thank you for the inspiration, the encouragement, the courage that is built into my psyche, into my spirit, into my cells. Thank you for the gift of being able to step out into that, taking chances and trusting that that risk honors who I am and honors who I am becoming. Thank you for the gift of today, the reminder to think about those that have been mother figures in our lives. Whether they were male or female, it makes no difference. We know that nurturing energy is possible from all sources, and we're grateful from wherever it comes. Thank you for the opportunity to demonstrate it in my own life and the gift to be it for those around me. And in the name of the living Christ, we say, Amen. Are we ready for our 5 unity principles?
We could, but let us have the courage to introduce ourselves to this wonderful
do you
group.
think we
Shall we
should
do
do
that?
that?
I think we ought to do that. I'm going to stand up and be heard here.
I know, I haven't changed any, so I guess I don't always think I need to do that.
Well, I'm just saying.
All right. My name is Reverend Marypatriece Wendt.
And I'm Reverend Tom Wendt, and I am just thrilled to be here today and support you and this wonderful team we have and all of you who are with us today. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for being here. Now we could do our 5 unity
Why
principles.
don't we? See,
Okay.
right up there,
There
too,
we
on the
go.
screen. Terrific.
Okay.
There is only one presence and one power
in
the universe and in my life, God, the good omnipotence. The Christ Spirit lives within me. Thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. I experience God's presence and power through prayer and meditation. I put my faith into action by demonstration.
Unity Spiritual Center is a group and a movement that believes that you are more spiritual, that we choose to be more spiritual than religious in our actions, in the ways that we operate in the world. We feel that there is a God spirit within you already that created you, that put that peace within you and will guide you in every way if you are open and ready to hear it and follow it. Unity also respects all religions, and we do not discourage any particular ritual that might speak to your soul, that might help you live the fullest extent possible that life that's within you. But we also don't promote any particular ritual. We may introduce ideas and tools that help you along the way, but there's nothing that says you must do this, you must say that. We know that you have that internal system that will tell you, yeah, this is right for me. This will help me to unfold to be the person I choose to be. This is how I can become that divine nature that is already part of my being. So we're grateful that you are here and part of this. It's this special time in our service where we give of our tithes and offerings. And if you're in the sanctuary with us, please take out your gift and place it in your hands. If you are viewing online, feel free to visit our webpage at unitywoodstock.org and find the donate button or click on the Joy of Giving tab in the comment strand below. I invite you to hold your gift in your hand as we affirm our tithes and offerings prayer together, please. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Amen. For those of you that are in the sanctuary, if you wouldn't mind, at the end of the service, there's a basket at the very back of the sanctuary. Just go ahead and drop your envelope there. We'd be so grateful. Right. At this time, I want to introduce our tech team. We're so grateful that they are here. We have Joe Joswiak at the buttons. We have Kim Joswiak, and we have Carol Hubner also in the background working with us to produce the effects of what we really are about here, to give you a sense of being here if you can't be, and to provide you the opportunity to share with us. So I also want to introduce our musician today, our music leader, that'd be Ken Johnson. Thank you so much. We're so grateful in advance for all your time and talent that you're going to be sharing with us. And so we will give that opportunity for you to do that now. Thank you so much.
When I look into your eyes, it's like watching the night sky or a beautiful sunrise. There's so much they hold, and just like those old stars, I can see that you've come so far to be right where you are. How old is your soul? I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love. I'm still looking up. And when you're needing your space to do some navigating, I'll be here patiently waiting to see what you found. 'Cause even the stars, they burn. Some even fall to the earth. We got a lot to learn, and God knows we're worth it. No, I won't give up. I don't want to be someone who walks away so easily. I'm here to stay and make the difference that I can make. Our differences, they do a lot to teach us how to use the tools and gifts we got. Yeah, we got a lot at stake. And in the end, you're still my friend. At least we did intend for us to work. We didn't break, we didn't burn. I had to learn how to bend without the world caving in. I had to learn what I got, what I'm not, and who I am. I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love. I'm still looking up. I'm still looking up. No, I won't give up on us. God knows I'm tough enough. We got a lot to learn. God knows we're worth it. I won't give up on us, even if the sky gets rough. I'm giving you all my love. I'm still looking up. Thank you. Let's enter into a time of reflection as I switch guitars. Let's start with some deep breaths. Always a good place to start. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Listen to what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always here. And every thought becomes a prayer. And every thought becomes a prayer.
And so, friends, for those of us who are joining for the first time, this is our time of guided reflection or meditation. If you're new to the practice, it's merely a time to just be with yourself and maybe drop all the agendas we might have going on in our lives. Just let them go for now. They'll be available when we're done if you want them. So this is your time, your time to just reflect. Maybe as Ken's initial song alluded to, from the oldest part of your soul, from deep within. And you can make this as formal or informal as you want. This too is your time. Your time to just be with yourself. So I invite you to adjust your position so that you feel comfortable if you need to. And many of us will close our physical eyes, which somehow enables us to see just a little better sometimes. And I'll invite us all to take a great big deep cleansing inhale and exhale breath. Great big inhale. Let it out. Let those shoulders drop a bit. And surrender to the idea of relaxing. Just relaxing here in a big old comfortable room. This being the day that we hold tribute to our mothers, to Mama. I invite us to take a journey back and be with the most motherly figure you can recall. Perhaps it was your mom. Perhaps another relative who simply nurtured you and was kind and caring. Maybe a teacher who said something that has stuck with you your entire life. Or perhaps a grandma or grandpa. Who is it in your past that touched the oldest part of your soul? The deepest part of your heart. Whomever that was, whether it be mother or mom or someone else, see their face now and feel their kindness. Take a journey back to experience the care and concern that they held just for you. Thank you for being motherly towards me. Perhaps there's more than one. Bring them all back. Hi, moms. Hello, caregivers. Thank you for being there for me. You made a difference in my life. And on this day where we pay tribute to all who were motherly to us and for us, thank you. Thank you. Please take this flower from my heart that I give you in appreciation for all you've done for me. And in some cases, continue to do. Thank you. Thank you for being a motherly presence at a time when I needed it. Thank you. Thank you for letting the light of God show right through you into my heart and being there for me. I see your face now in my imagination, and I hold it dearly. I am different today because of you, Mom or Mother or Aunt or Grandma, whomever. You made me feel safer in this world that did not feel safe at times. And thank you for that. Thank you for being motherly. I hear your voice, I see your bright eyes, and feel you with me now. And as we return back to this time and this place in our consciousness, let us bring with ourselves the memories of those who have been kind and compassionate and motherly to us. All of those. Thank you, God. Thank you, sweet Spirit, for these wonderful souls in our lives that touch the oldest, deepest part of our soul. We give thanks for this day to pay tribute and honor those individuals. And so it is. Amen.
Well, last week we announced that we would be talking about the 12 powers. Mm-hmm. We realized, though, that sometimes doesn't cover everything. So we said we'd also talk about beyond the 12 powers. And today is one of those. Today we are talking about courage. And both you and I agree with William L. Fisher that courage may be said to be the foundation of all other virtues. And our talk title is Losing Sight of the Shore. Losing sight of the shoulds and shouldn'ts that we hold inside. Maybe briefly, maybe longer than that. And one of the ways I want to talk today, I always start off with a story. But this one, it's about my mom and how she encouraged courage in me. And I want you to know that I was a perfect child. I really was. I was so quiet and shy, and I never caused trouble, and she knew it. She just didn't always acknowledge that. At one point, she got me a T-shirt that said, "Here comes trouble" on it. I know it was just her humor coming out. As one, I am the fifth of 9 children. I never caused trouble. I saw everybody else doing it, but I did everything in my power not to be one of those. I did a good job, you know.
I have no doubt you did.
So on a particularly angelic day that I was having, I went to my mom and explained how clearly my brother was picking on me. And I was doing everything in my power to avoid it and be the good kid and, just do everything to de-escalate the situation. For some reason, it wasn't working. And she was so exasperated, I'd say. I might have been wearing my Here Comes Trouble t-shirt that morning, I don't know. And as one of 9, I have to just side note and let you know, it's probably one of the very few brand new things I ever owned, because mostly we got hand-me-downs. She was so frustrated with me, and she said, you have so much energy to get into these scuffles with your brother. Why don't you go down the street and take care of that bully that has been bothering you and your brothers every day of this school year? Why don't you just go down the street and take care of him instead of your siblings? I thought, not that the angel in me would ever consider doing that, but my older sister heard that, she gave me permission to do this, and she's like, let's go. So we went down the street, and there was a younger boy and his older sibling. Every single day would walk along behind us, calling us names, making fun of what we wore, telling us how we were stupid, and it's like every single day. And we just kind of shrink down and try and run ahead and get to school or get back home as fast as we could so we didn't have to hear this. But we never did anything back. So my older sister went and talked to the older brother and said, okay, we're going to set this thing up. We're going to set up this little rumble between me and the younger brother, who was just a smidge shorter than me. And the agreement was we would meet around the corner down the street and out of sight of the main road, and nobody could interfere. It was just me and him. And he was really wiry and fast, and he had a lot of energy. And I'm walking down the street to meet up with them, thinking, oh, my stomach is in knots. I don't know what. I never do anything like this. Why did I agree to this? How can I get out of this? And so we found them, and it was my sister and me and probably one of my other brothers and him and his brother. And okay, the rules were set. And I stood there, and he looked right at me, and then he lunged forward. And I bet you want to know what happened. But this is church. I can tell you that this same boy opened the school door for me every single day from that point on, even into the next school year. So my story could be your story. Is there a bully in your life or in your mind that is taunting you, telling you you're not good enough, you don't have the right clothes, you don't say the right things, you don't do what you should do? Is there a bully in you that might need some confronting, or might need the parent in your mind to say, it's okay to confront this person? Susan David, a psychologist, states that courage is fear walking. Courage was me walking to face that boy that every day told me how I was not enough.
You know what I like about that story is all the bullies aren't out there. You know, there's some bullies in our mind that criticize us and tell us we're stupid or whatever. So thanks for that. Yeah. And in 2010, author Brené Brown had the opportunity to speak to 50 CEOs, Silicon Valley CEOs. And one of the speakers went by the name of Kevin, and he had won an Entrepreneur of the Year award that year. And she asked Kevin, what do you think is the most significant barrier to creativity and imagination, to expressing those things? He thought about it a minute and he said, I don't know that there's a name for it, but it's the fear of introducing an idea and being ridiculed or belittled or made fun of. And when Brené got back to her room, she was writing notes on that conversation. She thought, I've written these notes before. And she looked back, and it was at a time when she was talking to a group of middle school students. And when she asked them to describe briefly, tell me about the key to learning, one girl said, I'll tell you. And when she was finished, the other students in the room excitedly said, yes, that's exactly right. That's what it's about. Here's what the girl said. I think most of us learn that there are times when you can ask questions or challenge ideas. But if the teacher doesn't like that, or the kids don't like what you say, it's a really bad thing. So I think what we have learned is to keep your head down and your mouth shut and keep your grades up. And in my view, many of us have been taught this prior to middle school. It's part of our culture sometimes. We are taught to conform and be quiet. So I suggest to you, now is the time to draw from our courage and ask ourselves, where do I need to lift my head and raise my voice and say what needs to be said at that time? Could be in my family, could be in work, groups or relationships, maybe it's in church. I don't know.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe it's in church.
Oh boy.
We are taught to conform, to go with the flow. The opposite of courage is not cowardice. The opposite of courage is conformity. But as someone once said, even a dead fish can go with the flow. Draw from our courage one of our spiritual attributes. We are not dead fish. We are not going to go with the flow anymore. We lift our heads, we raise our voices, and we say what needs to be said.
That's part of walking the journey, isn't it?
Isn't it? Mm-hmm. Part of fear walking.
It is part of fear walking. Psychologist Susan David says, how we deal with our inner world drives everything. What is our go-to when we are in front of something that scares us? It made me think of the old show Star Trek, or if you want to, Star Wars, where the people from the ship, at home in their ship and they are transported into a new place. What is my go-to when I am confronted with a situation that is very uncomfortable? Do we do like Captain Kirk and say, I am Captain Kirk from the Star Federation, and this is my purpose for being here? Do we hide, which has always been one of my go-tos? Do we shoot before we ask? Or do we just stay silent and listen to find out where am I and what am I doing? Maybe I've frozen. My response to bullies from my earlier story that changed it was the permission my mother gave me to say it's okay. It was the acknowledgement that what was happening was not right. And it was my willingness to go through the fear and still do something different. Susan David said that our emotions are data. They are not directives. So when I am feeling that fear, when I am not sure, it is information for me that's saying, hey, you are on the brink of doing something different. It doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means you're in new territory. You have an opportunity here to do it differently. And are you ready? It's like when you first start driving and you're aware of every pebble in the road because you can see it and you're so aware of everything around you. You're experiencing the fullness of that moment and what you choose to do with it. She talks about using your words and being so careful about saying, I am, before an emotion. Because when you say, I am afraid, I am angry, it's as though you are making yourself that emotion, which you are not. You are something so much bigger than that. She encourages us to say, I feel. I notice that I feel this. Because it reminds us on a subliminal level that I am in charge. I am bigger than that last part. And just like you, quoting Brené Brown earlier, she gave a definition for courage. She said it's a Latin word, cur, coming from the heart, and it means to tell the story of who you are with your whole heart. Courage is about treating yourself with compassion, acknowledging the truth of what's happening inside you, and finding the connection when you do. And it may not look as though there's a connection with someone outside of you. Sometimes when you share, you may not get the response from those that are listening that you would like, but you are still connecting with the truth of who you are inside. Let go of what you should be or think you should be, and be who you are. Lose sight of that shoreline to become something more. To have the courage to be brave, embrace vulnerability. She goes on to state that you need to believe the people that do this most successfully, believe that they are worthy of love and belonging because they are worthy of love and belonging. Let go of what you should be to be who you are. Embrace that vulnerability, being all that you are in the moment. Like Susan David said, courage is fear walking.
Like that. So it was back in August and then again October of 2016. I found myself near Westport, Maryland, becoming a certified firewalker facilitator. You know, someone who helps you to walk on the hot coals. My training included 2 very intense 3-day intensives. The first intensive, the first weekend, was geared mostly toward facing fears and training. And the second was facing more fears and skills demonstration. I was tasked with the job of demonstrating the trust fall. Now, many here, I'll bet, have done a trust fall, right? A trust fall is when you stand on the edge of something. In this case, it was the edge of a picnic table, okay? You stand on the edge of a picnic table. I'm going to have Marypatriece help me in a minute. And you line up a row of people on each side of that table to catch you when you fall. And you demonstrate to those people how to hold their hands for your safety. So one hand goes up, the other one down, they grab each other's wrist, and this went up and down. And so you've got a line of people like this ready to catch me, okay? So it was my job, so I arranged the people in the rows. I said, yeah, grab your hands like this. And then another person at the end here to catch my head when I fell. So I climbed up on the picnic table, heels right at the edge, and you put your arms like this, and you make your body completely stiff because you want to fall right into them.
And you pray?
I might have. And I say, falling and landing, and they repeat back, falling and landing, and that means it's time to go. So I lean back, fall right into them, and fell right to the ground, right through all those arms outstretched, with a thud, I might add. However, the people who were catching my ankles and my calves, you know, there wasn't much weight there, so my ankles and calves stayed up while the rest of me were on the ground, which means my jeans were pulled down around my knees. And some of those people fell onto me that were supposed to catch me. So I was under this group of people madly trying to pull up my jeans, but my belt was on. I wouldn't let it go across my... So I had to undo my belt under these people. I don't think they know what happened. I got them up, and we all kind of talked about what happened. You know what happened? I did not have the courage to really direct these people on what I needed them to do in order to catch me correctly. I needed to grab them by the shoulders. Okay, you guys, I know I need another person here. And I learned there that I'm as tall this way as I am this way. So you measure from the table out here, and then this person to catch my head. I said, you get your elbows right in close, and you get ready to catch me. Because after this happened, they said, you know what I think you need to do? I think you need to try that again. And this time, I made it clear what I needed. I said, here, come on, you two, come on, you're friends, you could stand closer to that. And they said, we need another person here. Now I had, I think, 4 or 5 people ready to catch me, and this person that was catching my head, I said, you get your elbows in real tight here, and you stand here and you catch my head. Up on the picnic table once again, feet on the edge, falling and landing, falling and landing. Back I went. It was like landing on a feather bed. It's not hard. I needed to stand up for myself, to raise my voice and lift my head to say, here's what I needed you people to do. I was concerned about, well, I don't know if they were going to be comfortable. I don't want to invade their space, all that ridiculous stuff. I needed to stand up for myself and say, here's what I needed you to do. The moral of the story? Stand up for yourself and speak up, or you might lose your pants. Happy Mother's Day.
In closing, or dressing, as the case may be, am I ready to lose sight of the shoreline, the sight of who I should be, or who I've always been, to be someone I have always wanted to be? Will I allow myself to trust fall into the experience of being vulnerable, even if it means taking a risk that others may not respond to in kind? Courage is fear walking, and so it is. Namaste.
That was a good story.
Oh, good for you.
This is a song I wrote about a new boy that came to class in middle school named Jackie White. Jackie White didn't look quite right the first day he walked into sight. Dirty shirt, crumpled pants, greasy hair. He didn't stand a chance in this school. Obviously a fool. A bullseye for our ridicule. We could not send one kind word his way as he struggled through his day. Bus ride home, sitting all alone. Jackie's face just turned to stone. Other children race up to their place, but when the bus pulled up to Jackie's space, he walked slow, eyes looking low, as if there's nowhere else to go, as if things aren't much better there inside. Loneliness is cut and dry. There's hundreds of billions for sophisticated killing systems. Lives like Jackie White's don't get a dime. No one has the time. Jackie White couldn't sleep that night. He tossed and turned in his fright of the well-off kids filled with enmity. There's many kinds of poverty. Oh no, oh, oh, oh. Back there I can't go. Oh, oh, oh. Not a single friend. It don't matter what I say or do. I'll never be good enough for you. Jackie White didn't look quite right. The first day he walked into sight.
Thank you, Ken.
Boy, I love that song. How much courage would it have taken for just one of those other kids to be kind to Jackie and break with the conformity? Yeah. Wow. Song moves me. Thank you.
Whew. It's time for some short announcements really quickly. Unity Spiritual Center of Woodstock is a ministry based in prayer. You can fill out a prayer request form at our table here, and it'll be prayed on for 30 days. It'll also be sent down to Unity, Silent Unity, which will be prayed on for another 30 days. You can also talk with me, and I'll hook you up with a prayer chaplain who will call you and specifically pray with you individually. Please be sure to check our upcoming calendar on our website of all the new things that are going on and the groups that meet here that can additionally support you. We will begin a discussion, a Zoom discussion following this service. Please just give us a couple of moments. We'll have our peace song, and then the people here in the sanctuary, you can move about and use the restroom if you need to and come back, but while this last song is playing. Also, next week, we are having a ministerial licensing ceremony and service for me. So I will be officially taking that next step towards being ordained, and Reverend Christina Garza will be here to facilitate that. We'll have a short refreshments afterwards. If you'd like to come and be part of that, I would be grateful for you to share that moment with me. Also, like or subscribe to this video so that you can hear any upcoming new services. We'd be so grateful for you to do that. So I think, is the Zoom meeting in the stream? Okay, good. So the Zoom address is in the stream. Please join us for that. We want to hear from you. What are your experiences of courage? What are your stories? What have you experienced, and what are you moving into being more courageous about now? So we want to share that and support that in you. Okay? All right, I think that's everything. Oh, and the 23rd, really quickly, the 23rd is our annual meeting, so it'll be a shortened service. Please be here. We will send out a video of a candidate who is running for a board that you can vote for, and I think that's pretty much everything. Let's go on to our prayer for protection, and then we'll have our peace song, and then a little bit of a musical interlude before we get logged into Zoom. Right. Prayer for protection. Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And so it is. Amen. Thank you.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
You can stand and sing.
Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with